Thank you very much. If you could stand by, I'm going to we're going to figure out who we're going to call next. Representative McEntee, are you here?
I am here.
Okay. I'm sorry. I've got your, which bill are we looking at? There it is, 5189. Okay, Representative McEntee, you have the floor, House Bill 5189.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, members of the committee. This act is about pharmacies, and this act would amend the definition of the practice of pharmacy to include the authority to prescribe drugs and devices. The act would also provide the conditions for which the pharmacist may prescribe any drug or device. This bill is very important, especially during this pandemic. And as we all know, when you go to the pharmacist, sometimes when you have long-term illnesses that require certain medications, if you can't get a hold of your doctor and you need a few pills to get you over the weekend or something, this allows them to do that. This allows the pharmacist, under limited conditions, to prescribe an indicated drug or device. So, okay. Those conditions would be that the condition does not require a new diagnosis, the condition is minor and generally self-limiting, and that the condition, and that the professional judgment of the pharmacist is that the immediate dispensing of the drug or device is necessary to avoid significant harm to the patient's health and safety. So this is a temporary fix for people just to get them through a few days so they can get a hold of the doctor. And I know the Pharmacists Association are in full support of this bill, and I believe we have a few witnesses that can answer a lot more questions about this than I can. So with that, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative McEntee. Thanks for hanging in there with us tonight. I know you were in another committee for most of the evening. We do have one witness that's going to testify by phone. Chris is on the line right now. Hold on one moment.
I think you may have does Representative Bia have a question?
Oh, I'm sorry, Representative Bia, while we're waiting, go ahead. Thank you.
So there is no legal liability on that?
Not if we pass this bill. This will allow them it has to be, everything has to be in their file. Like, you can't go to a new pharmacist. You'd have to go to the one that you always go to, who would have your records. And it would have to be a condition that they know you've had for a while. Like, if you're just on antibiotics for a couple of weeks, I don't think they're going to give you more without a new prescription. But if you're on, I don't know, a high blood pressure medication for a long period of time, and you just need a couple of pills to get you through a few days to move on to, so that they can get a hold of your doctor. I believe that's the kind of thing they're trying to address, but I think they'll know a lot better than me, a representative, so I will defer to the experts.
Okay, thank you. We have someone
Thank
on the
you.
line. Hello, Jeffrey Bratberg, please.
Yes, it's the team.
Jeffrey, this is Representative Casey, Chairman of the Health and Human Services Committee. We have you testifying on House Bill 5189 by Representative McEntee. If you could, we'll try to keep your comments brief, and then we're going to open up to questions from the committee. Go right ahead.
Thank you very much, Chairman Casey and members of the committee. I'm Pharmacy Professor Jeff Bratberg, and I'm testifying in support of 5189. I'll be brief. The bills being discussed and supported tonight align along one particular theme: low barrier access to medication services, to reduce deaths, to meet people where they're at their location. Pharmacies are located conveniently to a majority of the population. During the pandemic, your community pharmacists worked every day, every evening, and every weekend to provide and maintain those services. During this pandemic emergency, the federal government recognized pharmacists' necessary, needed, and independent public health abilities, from expanding vaccination and COVID testing to maintaining harm reduction through over-the-counter syringe and Narcan access. Pharmacists are essential and accessible. Let's pass this bill and maximize our abilities to the benefit of our most vulnerable citizens. and I'll take any questions.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from the committee? Okay, Representative Bennett, you go ahead first.
Hi, how you doing? Would this limit the type of medications you can order?
Yes, the bill is very clear in that protocols would be set up by the Rhode Island Department of Health on medications that would be for conditions that already have a diagnosis. So this is done in other states. It's a model bill. And I think importantly, it would increase access in the kind of thing we're dealing with right now, the pandemic emergency.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the committee? Okay, sir, thank you very much for your testimony. At this point, we're going to close the hearing on House Bill 5189.